I've got a good 300-mile trip back to England today, but first of all, before any of that, I want to explore this little area of Luxembourg City because I'm about 2 kilometers away. I don't know if you can hear that. We're definitely near Luxembourg Airport because about twice an hour you hear really vividly planes flying overhead, so it can't be more than a few miles from here. Anyway, I'm 2 kilometers away from where I wrapped up the video yesterday. This area is slightly out of the old town, but it looks equally as interesting. I'm right next to Luxembourg train station, Luxembourg City train station. And the gentleman at reception yesterday, he told me 2 interesting things. He said, I would advise you as quickly as possible to move your motorbike off the pavement because in Luxembourg City, to create this beautiful, safe feeling space, the police are patrolling quite frequently, and he said if the police see a motorbike in a non-designated motorcycle parking bay, they will remove it immediately. To be fair to them, in Luxembourg, there are plenty of dedicated motorcycle parking bays, and they're free. They just want to make sure you actually park in the free bays. So the gentleman at reception said, at the train station, there is a lot of motorcycle parking. Park there. It's free, and don't worry about any crime. Nothing happens to bikes here. So I thought, well, this is perfect. Parked the bike up there yesterday, and then I came back, and he also said, if you want to explore Luxembourg City, just jump on any of the public transport. It's free. The trams and the buses, you just seamlessly jump on and off. They're all free. I've never had anything like that in my life. I'm almost curious just to jump on one of the trams to see what it's like. Is it just... I've never had anything like it. You just jump on and off wherever you want. It's brilliant. So I may quickly go and see if I can see some of that. But right now, I'm so hungry. I didn't have dinner yesterday because I was just enjoying chilling out here too much. So first things first, coffee and a bite to eat. Oh, and a room tour as well. I don't usually do this in the morning. This is I think this is an old Ritz-Carlton hotel that's been taken over. So it doesn't quite have that level of 5-star, but it's a really, really nice hotel still. So I'll give you a quick tour of this. And it is, I mean, people say Luxembourg City's expensive. I don't think it's expensive, certainly not compared to London. I'd say it's cheap. This is £89 a night in the heart of Luxembourg City. It's brilliant value. Small, simple, but everything nicely appointed. So, a bed with a little seating area there so you can have a drink. No view here, it's just looking onto the internal courtyard type area. It's the first time I've seen it today. I haven't even panned up. That is blue sky. Brilliant. TV. Good TV. Brilliant Wi-Fi. Little desk area there. And all of my gear in that cupboard area there with a very, very well appointed bathroom area. I'm really, really happy with this. I'll do a bit of B-roll of what it's like downstairs because the building itself is extremely grand and the chill out areas, the lounge areas, they're top level. I forgot I've got a map so I can show you exactly where I am now and where I was yesterday, and this will give you a really good idea about Luxembourg and the scale of the city because it's all tiny and walkable. So this is where I was yesterday. This is the pedestrianised old heart of the city where you've got all of the shops, coffee shops, bars, etc, etc. And I rode across this bridge here on the motorbike, and this is only about a 2-kilometre walk. So this is very easy to get from here where I'm staying now into the old heart. But this area where I'm staying, right next to the station, it shouldn't be discounted either because this is equally nice. In fact, the whole strip all along, it's all beautiful. So I'd highly recommend all walking distance from around here to here. Definitely recommend. Explore all of the city. It's easy and it's all beautiful. And especially when you've got the public transport taking you from one place to the other, it's all so easy. This is one of the numerous bike parking bays at Luxembourg City Station. I've just left everything on the bike, so I've strapped my leather jacket, all of my gear onto the back, and put the panniers on, and also just lock the helmet to the bike, and I know it'll be fine there won't be any issues. And it means that on a scorcher of a day like today, I don't have to lug it around everywhere with me. Parked up next to me is a stunningly nice Triumph Buxton. Subtle modifications, and that is an especially beautiful one. Wow. With Honda Rebel 1100, very nice. Vespa, and one of the quirkiest bikes ever made, BMW C1. These are getting pretty rare now, so it's not a common sight to see these. It even comes with a seat belt. Strange machines. One for BMW that probably didn't quite work out. It's interesting, even though Luxembourg is an extremely wealthy country and the city and the entire country is immaculately clean, the services are excellent, it's still not immune to the things that all capital cities have. So, you know, there's still a good chunk of homelessness, and you still have the issues with drug addicts lying half conscious on the street and that kind of thing. I just found it interesting that once you get to the slightly more back alley side streets, that element does, in a small way admittedly, but it does still exist even here in Luxembourg City. That's such an interesting sight, seeing all of the trams pulling up and people seamlessly jumping on and off without handing over cash or scanning their cards to pay for the trip. I was having a quick chat with the person that worked at the cafe, and she said that the population of Luxembourg City is about 130,000, but every day close to 250,000, predominantly Germans, French and Belgians, come over to work here on a daily basis. And 70% of the population of Luxembourg City, 70%, are foreigners. Incredible stats. I'm sure there can't be many places with stats like that. Okay, I'm going to now go back to the bike, get ready for the 4.5 hour ride up north to the port of Calais.
pulled over for lunch and also filled up the bike with fuel. I've also very, very happily got past all of the torrential rain that lasted for about 40 minutes, and now blue sky. Ferry ticket booked. I now remember, after complaining about the Irish ferries' food and stripped back nature of the ferry, I now remember why I book with Irish Ferries, because it's £41 and the next cheapest ferry is a P&O ferry at £77, and you just can't argue with a £26 saving for 1.25 hour crossing. So I'm 2 hours away from the port in Calais, and in 3 hours' time the ferry leaves. So I better hit the road. This probably isn't the setting that you're expecting for me to wrap up the video, and that's because I completely forgot to finish it. I think by the time I'd got off the ferry and ridden home, I was just so shattered I must have passed out and completely forgot that I never did a wrap-up. So the video comes out tomorrow at 5 p.m. and I don't think I'll be back home in time. So I'm giving you an unintentional sneak peek for a video that comes out in 1 week's time. I'm here for a bike launch in, you'll probably guess it, maybe, Barcelona. I'm staying right on Barceloneta beach in the most glorious location. So I'll wrap up the 4-part road trip video here. It was 4 countries, so France, Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, 900 miles, 4 days, £200 spent on accommodation, £76 spent on fuel and £80 spent on ferries. No toll charges at all. I didn't do this intentionally, but it just so happened that there are no toll roads for the entire route I took, so everything over the 4 days cost me £356, which I think is excellent value. And Europe in general, it just makes for the most magical road trips because within a 3 to 4 hour radius, you can be in any number of different countries with different languages, different food, different cultures. It just makes every day so exciting when you're not really sure where you're going to end up at the end of the day. I love it. I love it. I said at the start of the series, there's nothing better than road tripping, and I feel it even more strongly now. Already, I can't wait for the next one. So I will wrap it up there. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this mini-series. Have a brilliant week all, and I'll see you all in the next one from Goodwood, and after that, in Barcelona, right here.